Hey, now it's really happening. Welcome to AI 3 in 4. These 4 days of training are designed to let you advance 3 years in technology and become an AI professional. And what does it mean to be an AI professional? It means being able to multiply your income, your value, and your personal skills. It means saving time and being able to boost your productivity. And all of this regardless of whether you've ever touched technology or used AI before. This is what we see every day happening. As a good friend of mine used to say, this is an era of change. It's a changing of era. We are living a historic moment. Artificial intelligence is not a trend, it's a revolution. And you, today, are in the right place to seize it. You can command AI to do high-value work without writing a single line of code. And today, I'll prove it live. We'll turn a vague problem into professional output using one method, aspect. And you will live with 5 prompts that you can save you 3 and 5 hours per week starting now. That's a gift, and we'll see it later. Tomorrow, we'll go further. We'll build an AI agent that takes you actions for you. Over the next few years, based on the World Economic Forum, more than 80% of jobs will be transformed by AI, 86%. In just 1 decade, 1 in every 2 jobs will be directly related to it. That means what you will learn over these 4 days puts you at an advantage. Because while many are still struggling to understand what AI is, you will learn how to use it to gain time, money, and the most important one, freedom. And the best part, you do not need to be a programmer, an engineer, or a tech expert. You just need to learn how to communicate with AI. Because the new programming language is plain English, or native language in concept. And that changes absolutely everything. It means that to master artificial intelligence, you no longer need to know how to code, study engineering, or have a degree in computer science. The only thing you need is the ability to communicate, and that's something you already know how to do. If you understand me, you can do it. And this is where our mission comes in. Tentea Education was born with a clear purpose: to transform how technology is taught and learned, and to democratize access to artificial intelligence, to new technologies, to disruptive technologies. We want every professional, regardless of their technical background, to be able to implement AI in their work. That was our mission, and even if you are not a programmer, even if you do not have a technical background, even if you never open a single line of code, everyone, and when I say everyone, you will see it, everyone can use AI. That's why what you all experience in these 4 days, it's not empty theory or superficial classes. We'll work on real practical cases that you can follow step by step and start applying from day 1. Our goal is simple: to take you from 0 to a 100 in just 4 days, and you will achieve it. I promise you. And unlike many courses that focus on playing with AI, creating songs, or changing your dog's face, we go straight to the core of what truly transforms careers and businesses. Our flagship program, Tentea Pro, is certified by European University and the Savall University from Florida, and supported by Microsoft, the world's largest AI provider. Our faculty is made up of highly qualified experts, engineers with master's degrees in robotics specialists from MIT, and former digital transformation executives from companies like Telefonica or the foundation of Telefonica. And we all share the same mission: to teach you how to apply AI to multiply your income, productivity, and personal and professional skills. And the best part is that it's not just a promise. We have already achieved it with thousands of students, and now we are going to do it with you. So yes, we are going to have a lot of fun over these 4 days. But let me be serious for a second. This is about transforming your professional career. And if you commit, and you truly commit, you will achieve it. So stay with us. And if we say that you can do it, you can do it. Because in just few minutes, you will realize that yes, you can, and it is maybe the greatest opportunity of your professional life. And we say this from experience. This is not a fad, it's a global transformation. We've done it before. We are living a moment that only happens once every several generations. A change that will affect every profession, in every sector. AI is entering education, marketing, medicine, law, architecture, finance, engineering, media, absolutely everything. And the interesting part is we are still at the beginning of the curve. Right now, there's a huge advantage to those who train themselves and learn to use these tools because few are doing so. The coming years won't reward those who work harder, but those who know how to use AI to work smarter. That's why these 4 days are so important, because what you learn here might mark the difference between falling behind or leading the change. And yes, you may be asking yourself, and who are you to talk me about this? So let us introduce ourselves. I'm Jordi Segura, an engineer specialized in artificial intelligence from the University of Barcelona and also trained at MIT Professional School with my AI generative program. I'm co-founder of Centella Education, one of the largest AI schools in the Spanish-speaking world, and I currently lead the AI division of MasterChef World. I have trained over 450,000 people in recent years, helping them understand and apply AI in their work, in their businesses, and in their personal projects. And what I'm most passionate about is simplifying the complex, making complex things seem easier, making it possible for any person, regardless of experience, to understand and harness the power of AI from day one. And obviously, the mission that I have myself, it's really huge. I can't do it alone. And because of this that I want you to present one of the persons that I really know, that know more about automations, AI tools, and his name is Danny. Welcome, Danny. Welcome here with us.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, here we have your place, and I'll let you introduce yourself.
So my name is Daniel. I have a degree in business administration from IE University, where I graduated in the top 5% of my class, and I also hold a neuromarketing and consumer behavior master. Actually, when it comes to AI, Jordi and I have followed a very similar path to yours. We both started from scratch, from zero, making mistakes, investing hours and hours to try to understand how AI works and how it can be applied. And thanks to that, we can teach you the fastest, clearest, and most practical path to get you there. That's why at Centella Education, we have a very clear mission. We teach what we do and we do what we teach. We're not going to teach you theory or make empty promises, but instead teach you exactly what we ourselves apply in our everyday with our teams and with the companies that we work with and train. And everything we're going to be teaching you is backed by the European University of Andorra, Saba University of Florida, and Microsoft, with whom we collaborate on professional certification programs. You can rest easy. You are learning with people who don't just know about AI, but who live it, apply it, and teach it every single day to multiple students and companies. And the most beautiful thing of all is that you are not alone in this. Today, we're a community of over 450,000 people training with us from over 20 countries. People from all types of backgrounds. We have entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors, designers, teachers, administrative staffs, even retirees, all with one common goal: to understand AI and how to use it to multiply their professional potential and productivity. We say it because we see it every single day. When a person learns and understands how to use AI from a practical standpoint, they realize they have no limits. And they all tell us the exact same thing: I wish I had started this sooner. But you don't need to believe me. I want you to hear the following testimonial from someone that was in the exact same position as you.
Hello, my name is Lydia Romero Moreno. I am 56 years old and I live in Havana, Cuba. I am a lawyer by profession, although I have spent years involved with Cuban entrepreneurship, with MSMEs, and with all the new economic forms that have emerged in recent years. I didn't know. I had heard about artificial intelligence, but I didn't know what it was. No, I was unaware of all that, and I did know about ChatGPT, but only because someone else used it and talked about it, but I had never tried it myself, not even for work, despite all its potential. I started. One thing led me to another. I don't know how I came across Centella with the Centella Education event, and for me it was mind-blowing. After I saw IA 3 and 4, it changed me. It was a huge click for me, and I said, this is my thing, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to learn, this is where I want to grow. It brought back my passion, and above all, it brought back my excitement, it brought back my dreams. I had lost my dreams. I got them back, and I achieved that with IA 3 and 4 from Centella. And I think it's been, in recent times, the best decision I've made in my life. The achievements, the big leap, I saw it from the very first time, because what I was sure about was that I wanted to dedicate myself to training, to education. I wanted to start spreading the word about artificial intelligence at the Titon and Mirta house. Titon is one of the great filmmakers in Cuba, and Mirta Ibarra is one of the great actresses. I approached them, and they opened their doors to me. They said to me, yes, let's do it. During the Ruth and Andares project, which takes place in the summer, I included a workshop. They invited me. I also recently gave a lecture at the National Library of Cuba at a school also run by the Ministry of Transport I gave a short training session to teachers. I went and they gave me a contract. I'm currently teaching an elective at the Faculty of Performing Arts, specifically in set design. They are already proposing to hire me for the second semester to teach a core course. Centella is truly admirable. It's a collective, a group of very attentive professionals, very attentive. I tell them to schedule the interview, which is the first big step, and I think they will feel the same excitement. Hopefully it will be even greater than what I feel today. I'm grateful to Centella, and I tell them to trust that it's really, really worth it.
So there you have it. Someone that was in the same position as Jordi and I a few years back got these results. This is to prove to you that you can also achieve this. So now, I want to show you what we're going to be diving into in the next minutes of this class, because it's very important that you understand your path in today's class and also in the following ones. Okay, so in day one, our current class, we're going to be learning how to communicate with AI. This class is basically going to put you already in the top 1% of people who genuinely understand what AI is all about, understands in plain English what this technology does, and also how you can communicate with it effectively. You've probably heard of prompt engineering. We're going to be learning about this in this session. Now, tomorrow, day two, we're going to be learning about how we can generate other results apart from text, so images, videos, and as well, we're going to be revealing the next business model for 2025 and 2026. Stay tuned for that. On day three, my personal opinion is my favorite day. We're going to be learning about tools and automations and how you can build and automate a business in under 30 minutes. We'll be doing it live with you so you can see how this can be done. And we're going to be using these tools that you're seeing on the screen right now. And on day four, we're going to be putting it all together and you're going to become a certified AI expert. We're also going to show you how you can start monetizing AI and all the knowledge that you've generated in these 4 days. We're going to see that in day four.
Before diving in, I want you to take this one statistic to heart. According to a study by OpenAI, 80% of current jobs will be affected by artificial intelligence in the coming years. Within a decade, half of all jobs will be directly related to it. That is what it means. Learning to speak to AI is not an option, it's a professional necessity. Those who know how to guide it, those who apply it to their work, will have a huge, massive advantage. For that reason, I want Danny to do a demo app before starting. I want you to compare, basically, what is creating a good prompt and creating a prompt that, well, the same if I was speaking with my father, with my mom, without knowing anything about AI.
Okay, thanks for that, Jordi. So yes, as you can see right now on my screen, we have two ChatGPT windows open. So to arrive here, we're gonna see it now in a second, but we've literally just gone to chatgpt.com. Now, on the left-hand side, we have a very basic, simple, and generic prompt. Probably what your first prompts are gonna look like. This is gonna give us a very mediocre and average result. We're just going to start running it. On the right-hand side, we have a properly structured prompt. Now, don't worry about it now because we're going to be seeing this in the coming minutes. I just want to show you the difference between communicating properly with AI and using a vague generic prompt or instruction. As we can see, we ran the first one and we're just getting random results. So we asked it to create a vlog post for the best family destinations in Southeast Asia. First of all, we're getting some random AI-generated images, which we did not request. And we have a very random structure that just doesn't really make sense. It's very generic. It looks like copy-paste from Wikipedia, which I'm sure most of you, if you haven't done any prompt engineering, many times you feel like those are the types of outputs that you're getting from your AI tools. Okay, we're going to go into depth in a second, but again, it looks very generic, copy-pasted. On the other side, we have a much better structured blog, which is actually following good SEO practices, which is what we wanted to do in the first place. We see that it's much more family-oriented, and the keywords make a lot more sense. So again, we're going to see this in the coming minutes, but I just want to show you how making a few changes to the instructions that we give to an AI tool completely changes the output that we receive and the quality of our answers.
And before we move forward, there's something I want you to understand very clearly. Although artificial intelligence has gone viral recently because of ChatGPT, it isn't something new. It's been developing for decades, but what changed now is its capabilities. You can use it, you don't have to code, you don't have to program. And now I want to go to my board, to my slides, in order to present you what is artificial intelligence really happening. AI was born in 1950s with a guy that you might already know called Alan Turing. Called the father of AI, called the father of computer science. He invented, or he discovered, what AI was. We already use the Turing's test in order to see if AI is capable of kind of mimic what a human could do. And what happened in after 1950s was called the depression, the AI depression, the winter of AI. For exactly 47 years, we didn't have any kind of new discovery in order to put our society in advance. It wasn't until 1997 that IBM, one of the biggest tech companies, launched Deep Blue, one AI that could or won what you might already know too. Garry Kasparov, one of the champions of chess, who lost against the first AI. Was that AI as we know today? No, it wasn't. It wasn't a lot of machines thinking really fast which movement they had to do. I will go to 2010, on the first decade or the second decade of the 2000s, where we began to create neural networks. These neural networks tries to mimic what our brains does. And it's really interesting because these circles that you can see right now on the slides are just a mimic of our neurons. So it makes sense, doesn't it? We try to mimic one of the perfect or one of the greatest machines that we already have, that is the human body, the human brain. So these neural networks can learn by themselves. They are not searching on the internet. They are not recalling things they have already learned. They are creating. They are, like you, thinking. How do they do it? This we'll learn it, or you will learn it in the first weeks of Centella Pro, but this is another topic. In 2015, 2020, we experienced another stage of AI. If with neural networks we have to give the person, have to give these neural networks a lot of data, we have to gather data in order to feed these neural networks. In 2020, we already have nowadays autonomous vehicles, we have autonomous robots, autonomous cars, and we start experiencing this AI that we don't have to give them information, we don't have to give them data. They can learn facing another AI. For example, AlphaZero, developed in 2017, was created without having watched any kind of human chess game. They learn playing by themselves, playing with another AI a million times. And when we put this AI playing against a person, against human, they always win. And we are now today. We have what you see here, the logo of OpenAI. We have ChatGPT. ChatGPT was born in November 2022, and it has, as we saw, it has democratized AI. Everyone can use AI without having to code. AI is not for techie people, is not anymore for coders, it's for everyone. Everyone can use it. You only have to understand us, you only have to speak plain English or plain Spanish or speak your native language, and you can use it because we are right now using natural language. AI is used by natural language. And this is important. We are mimicking the brain, the human brain. And you probably heard that human brain is really complex because approximately it has 87 billion neurons. Okay, ChatGPT or GPT-4 had 1.7 trillion neurons. So, as you can think, you cannot or we cannot understand what's happening inside these AI models. And this is why we call them black boxes. Because you cannot see what's happening inside, we cannot understand why they give us this output, this outcome, and we can only control one thing, that's the input. The input, that input, sometimes it's already called, sometimes it's called prompt, okay? So, just to recap, we have these huge AI models that are called black boxes because we cannot understand what's happening inside them, we cannot control the outcome, the output, and we only can control the input, the prompt. This let us only one option, to know or to understand how to communicate properly. And because of that, we have to know that you cannot prompt, you cannot communicate AI as it was your father, your uncle, your sister. No. Your boss, no, you can't do it like that. You have to create some kind of new communication skills. And right now, we are going to teach you, well, Daniel has already taught you one of these techniques, the technique called aspect. It's one of those that we teach in our academy, one of the most powerful. And let me explain what is the aspect technique. Aspect technique is comprised of 7 steps. The first one, action. We have to be clear about that. What action do you want AI to do? So I always say 1 verb, 2 verbs at most. I want to write a blog post. Okay, that's the action. Don't give here in this part a lot of context. Be clear, be precise, be concrete. 1 verb, 2 verbs at most. Steps. If you have an intern for you, what steps would you like to do? If you are generic, the response, the outcome of AI model will be generic. So, for example, first, seek information of new hotels in Indonesia, in Spain. Second, for each of these hotels, give me special offers. Third, give me restaurants, give me some kind of typical food near every of these hotels. Give the steps, the concrete steps, the precise steps that you would like your intern to do, because you are controlling AI, not the other way around. The third step, persona. So this is kind of, you are a theater. What kind of role should AI do? So AI knows all the professions. It's not the same if we are creating a blog post. You won't give this task to an accountant or a lawyer. You will give it to a marketing expert. And the same way, if you want to write a contract, you won't give this task to a fitness coach. You will give it to your lawyer. So it's really important, and it probably allows AI to give better outputs, better outcomes, if you give it the persona, the role, this theater role that it has to play. Example, we have heard a lot of times that AI sounds robotic. Okay, if you already created, for example, a marketing plan, give this as an example for AI, because in this way, it will kind of take your tone, your style, your voice, and will try to replicate it in your outcome. Context, here in this part, in this section, you can give a lot of context. AI knows everything that's happening in the world, but doesn't know you. So give context. And you can give 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. Doesn't matter. Give a lot of context, because the more context you give to AI, the more personalized you will receive the output. Constraints. We have said what AI have to do, but what it can do, what it should avoid doing. So you can put, for example, I want all the text in English, in plain English. I want you to restrict, or I want you to constrain only in hotels near the sea, by the sea, and try to restrict this outcome, this output. And finally, the template. The last T is from template. I cannot, as we've said, AI is a black box. Okay, we cannot see what's happening inside. But I can bet you that without knowing what will be the output of AI, I can give guardrails. I can give some kind of template in order to give AI this kind of a structure. So for example, if I want to create a blog post for my web, I want a title, I want for example, the read time that will have this post. I want some kind of headlines, bullet points, and everything in a markdown style, in a visual style. So just to sum up, 7 steps, action, be really concrete. What action should AI do? The steps, if you are giving this task to an intern, what steps should he do? Persona, what theater role is AI playing? Example, give an example in order to take your voice, your tone, your style, context. Here, yes, you can explain what is happening to you in order for the AI to personalize this outcome. Constraints, what the AI should avoid doing it. And template, I cannot see or I won't know what will be the AI outcome, but I can bet you what will be the structure. And in order to see this, I think, Daniel, that the most easy way is to see it on live.
Exactly. Let's go straight to it. So we now have the example that we were looking at before. First of all, we have the, let's call it, vague and basic prompt. And to give you some context on why I'm using this example, I remember one of the first times I was teaching at a conference about AI, I asked for a volunteer to come up to stage and write a prompt on how they would write a blog post. And this is the exact example that volunteer that came up to the stage wrote for me. So they wrote, write a blog post about the best family destinations in Southeast Asia for 2025. Now, as you can see, this specific prompt, which we're going to start running, does not meet basically any of the criteria that Jordi just explained to you in detail. So therefore, the results are going to be very average, mediocre, etc. Right? Before comparing, I want to show you what a proper prompt would look like, and I prepared in this document right here, using the aspect prompt method. So let's go one by one and see what we prepared so that you can do the exact same thing with any of the prompts you want to use. First of all, action. We wrote, write a persuasive, SEO-optimized blog article that inspires family in Spain to choose and book one of the best 5 family-friendly destinations in Southeast Asia for summer in 2025. Now, steps. These are the exact steps, like Jordi said, that we would like to give an intern or just a person who is executing the task to follow. So let's see what we wrote. Number 1, we want to start with a captivating hook. Makes sense. This is going to guarantee that the reader continues reading. Next, we're going to focus on choosing 5 safe, family-friendly destinations. This is also very important, right? We're telling exactly the AI what type of destinations we want to focus on, right? When you're looking at tourism, you can look for families, you can look for students, you can look for people that want to have fun, people that want to see history. In this case, we're looking for safe destinations. It makes sense to specify that. Next, the structure we're giving it. Since we're saying we want an SEO-based vlog, we're giving it a bit of terminology, in this case H2 and H3s. These are different types of sub-headlines with targeted keywords. It makes a lot of sense. Step 4, we're going to include travel tips, documents, weather, safety. Step 5, a strong call to action to book on our tourism page. Step 6, suggest 2 to 3 internal link opportunities. So since we have a blog, we probably have a lot more posts, right? So it makes sense to generate suggestions. And 7, we're going to provide a 150 character SEO meta description. This just makes sense for SEO purposes. Next, persona. You're a seasoned SEO content strategist. Like Jordi was saying, we're not going to ask a lawyer or an accountant to write this, right? In this case, we're going with an SEO content strategist, specialized in crafting engaging family travel content for Southeast Asia. You're writing in an approachable yet authoritative tone. Examples. Here's where we're going to focus on other blog posts that we like. In this case, mirror the tone and storytelling of Lonely Planet instructions and set the structure and keyword integration of Backlinko SEO guides, right? So we're giving specific examples on how we want the blog to be written and examples on how we want the SEO strategy to go. Next, context. The reader is a family in Spain planning an August 2025 trip. Why August? Culturally in Spain, this is the month where families pick to travel and go abroad. Researching via mobile, prioritizing safety, logistics, and easy booking with a trusted local agency. Constraints. We want to avoid generic fluff or repetition. We want to maintain readability. This specific term right here that you're reading is just how difficult the text is. In this case, a score of 60 means a very easy to read text. It means a text that someone who just went to school, no need for undergrad education or a master's degree or anything like that, can easily read it. And keep it under 1,000 words. Finally, template. What structure do we want the output in? Return a markdown with a title, H2s and H3s, which like we said are specific headlines, subheadlines, bullet list, and a labeled call to action paragraph at the end. Include a suggested meta description below the title. So we're going to go to ChatGPT. We're going to run the prompt where we just copied. I'm literally going to leave everything, action steps. I'm not even going to edit that. And we're going to let it run. Meanwhile, we ran the basic and generic vlog, and now we're going to compare both results so you see the magic and the difference in actually using a good and proper prompting technique, such as the aspect method, versus just using a generic prompt. So let's look at our good and structured prompt. In this case, we start with a nice title, 5 family-friendly destinations in Southeast Asia for an unforgettable summer in 2025. This meets a lot of the descriptions that we wanted, right? If we go to the generic one, we literally don't have a title to begin with. So here you already start seeing the difference in quality. Next, we have the meta description, which we asked for. Just going to skip that. Southeast Asia awaits, a family adventure like no other. So again, we asked for a captivating hook to attack our target audience. In this case, this makes a lot of sense. We're targeting families, adventures, and Southeast Asia, right? Dreaming of turquoise beaches, cultural wonders, and unforgettable experience for the whole family. Again, excellent hook to go for our specific target audience. Southeast Asia is calling. For Spanish families, again, this is our specific target audience, so it makes a lot of sense that it's being so specific. Planning a summer 2025 getaway. This region offers a perfect mix of safety, kid-friendly attractions, and affordable luxury. Again, this is exactly what we asked it to do. Perfect hook, and it is following the structure that we asked for. On the other hand, if we go to our generic prompt, we see that it's just talking about random and generic things. What makes this a great family destination? Okay, ease of transport, affordable, variety of experiences, etc. Top 5 family destinations, and it's just going to start giving us tips. The thing is, as you can see in its analysis, it's not really focusing on what we really wanted, right? Which is safety, which is all the logistics of travel for a Spanish family, which is focusing on traveling in the month of August, etc. Again, it's not ChatGPT's fault. We just gave it a very vague and generic prompt. Now, if we go to our other optimized blog, we'll see that how does it transition to the picks it did? So it says, here are 5 safe, family-friendly destinations that combine adventure, culture, and relaxation. Perfect. Now let's look at the exact examples it gave us. In this case, it picked, let's say, Bali. Bali isn't just for honeymooners, it's a playground for all ages, from beach days in Sanur to gentle rice terrace walks in Ubud. The island blends relaxation and cultural magic. Family highlights, excellent. Look at how it's putting all the specific bonuses, all the main points that are of interest to our audience related to family. Unlike in the generic blog post, which is just talking about kind of everything, right? It's not specific at all. And if you're not speaking to your audience, you're not speaking to anyone. We go to the same destinations, number 2, 3, 4. You can see it's following the exact same structure that we asked for. Also remember how we asked for H2 titles. So these subtitles here specifically with keywords. So we have for families, makes a lot of sense. We have, again, paradise for families. So again, these are keywords that are relevant to the topic we're writing in, and it is following the exact format that we requested. Finally, let's see how it ends. In this case, it gives us 6 destinations when we wanted 5, but anyways, that's all right. Then it says suggested itineraries, which we did not ask for. Tips for smooth traveling. Okay, this could be interesting. And then just final thoughts. There is no call to action. There is no specific instruction for the audience to follow later on. If we look at our optimize conversation with ChatGPT with our improved prompt, we see it is actually giving us 5 locations, which is what we asked for, not 6. Then it's giving it exactly the travel documents that we need. Again, this was one of the requirements. We're targeting Spanish families. They're all probably going to have the same visa requirements, the same questions about logistics. Makes a lot of sense to have this section that we asked for. And finally, the call to action. Book your holiday today. Book your 2025 adventure today with a trusted local agency that specializes in safe, seamless family travel across Asia. Exactly what we asked for. Then it suggested us the other links to our internal blog. Since it doesn't know our blog, it made them up, but here they are. And it makes a lot more sense. So here you can see how following the aspect method and making sure we cover all of the points that Jordi mentioned, the 7 key points that we need to focus on, we get much, much better quality results. Okay, what if we want to do a different example? Let's go with something different. Let's say we are an entrepreneur. Let's say in this case that we have a local shoe store in Barcelona and that we've always been selling to our clients physically. We've never made that leap to go online and start selling, let's say in Europe or just in Spain, online. How could AI help us? And how could particularly the aspect method help us make sure that we get quality results from AI to help us in this transition? So I've prepared a prompt exactly for this, and we're going to see it live. So we have it here. So the context that I wrote, we are a local shoe store owner in Barcelona who wants to create an online Shopify store but has no prior e-commerce or tech experience. We also have our catalog here, which we're going to open. It's just the text catalog in this case, where we have our products, right? We have all of our men's shoes, we have our women's collection, and etc. We're going to download the catalog, and you'll see why now. There we go, download it. And here is our aspect prompt. So let's read it out here in the document, and then we're going to take it to ChatGPT and see the results ourselves. Actions. Act as an experienced Shopify business consultant and create a simple step-by-step guide to help a small shoe store owner in Barcelona set up their first Shopify e-commerce store from scratch. Very basic, simple, and straight to the point. What is the action that we want, as Jordi explained before? Steps. What steps would I like as a business owner for this AI tool, in this case ChatGPT, help me understand? So first, I want you to explain the basic setup. How do I create an account and which plan do I select within Shopify? Then I want you to recommend a professional theme that makes sense, right? The design of my store. I've never done this before. Please help me pick something that makes sense. Next, I want you to show me how I could add 3 products and how I would add the prices, the images, and descriptions. Pretty basic, makes sense. Next step, I want you to explain how can I connect my domain and make sure people can pay online. What are the payment options I can provide on my e-commerce store? Next, I want you to suggest basic apps that I may need, right? For SEO, for reviews, to manage my inventory, whatever may be necessary, right? I'm a newbie, I've never done this before. I need AI's help to help me pick the right apps I should have. Next, show me how to publish and test the store. Makes sense. And then I want you to give me 3 marketing tips so that I can attract my first customers. Okay, these are the steps that I want my e-commerce expert ChatGPT chat to help me with. Next, persona. You are a patient Shopify expert who mentors small retailers through digital transformation. I don't want someone who's super advanced. I don't want someone who's going to give me all the technical stuff, how to code a website. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a patient person that can help a beginner digitize their store. Examples. Write in clear, friendly style like the Shopify Help Center. So Shopify has their own vlog where they help people and they show things in a very basic manner. Or HubSpot beginner guides. So this is the tone that I'm looking for. Context. The user owns a small shoe store in Barcelona and wants to start selling leather shoes and sneakers online to EU customers. Constraints. Avoid jargon. Short sentences, under 700 words. 1 beginner tip per section, and no coding references. Again, this makes sense for the specific target audience that we're going for, which in this case is this business owner. Template. Use Markdown with H2 titles, bullet lists, and a next step summary at the end. So we're going to literally copy this. Here we go. We're going to go into ChatGPT and we're going to paste it. Now, let's wait for the answer and see if it meets the criteria that we're looking for. Here we go. How to set up your first Shopify shoe store. A simple guide for Barcelona retailers. Starting your online store can be exciting and a little overwhelming. This step-by-step guide will walk you through creating a professional Shopify store with your leather shoes and sneakers, even if it's your first time selling online. Okay, so far, it seems like this is exactly what I was asking for. Next, we see how we have these H2 subtitles, right? Giving me the different sections that I wanted to. So how to create my Shopify store. First of all, it says go to shopify.com. It's even given me the link, which I could open and it takes me to it. Fantastic. it doesn't get more beginner friendly than this, does it? And it's going to tell me that I have to put my email, password, pick my currency, and it recommends me to start with the basic plan, which is basically the cheapest and makes sense as I'm a small retailer. Perfect. It's even giving me beginner tips at the end. Loving this. The aspect method is really helping, giving me exactly the answer that I was looking for. Next, how to pick a theme. Again, it's giving me the free themes first, which makes sense. I haven't started generating money online. I'm new to this. I'm probably not going to invest from the get-go. So it makes a lot of sense that it's first recommending me different free themes. Also, I like how they're telling me that this makes sense for leather shoes. This one shows it's a bit more elegant. This one is a bit more flexible. Makes a lot of sense, giving me a variety of options. Then it shows me where I need to go to, so online store, and there click on themes, click on explore free themes. It's telling me exactly what I need to click on and where I need to go to make these changes. Fantastic. How to add my first product. Go to the admin, go to products, add a product. Upload the pictures, add a title, and write a simple description. Excellent. It's giving me very specific, short tips like I asked for. Again, a little beginner tip. Fantastic. Then how to connect my domain. So again, go to settings, domain, and you can buy a new domain or connect the one you already have. Payments, simple. It's telling me exactly where I need to click, where I need to go. Super beginner friendly. The aspect method is really killing it and giving me exactly what I need. It gives me also app recommendations. We asked for this as well, right? So it says for SEO, I recommend this. For reviews, I recommend that. And for analytics, I recommend this other app. It also tells you where you need to go to install it, which is the Shopify App Store. Fantastic. Another beginner tip, it says doesn't recommend adding more than 2 or 3 apps when we're beginning. Once the store grows, we can invest into more apps. Very good tip. This also makes a lot of sense. How to publish, you have to go to the eye icon, preview the theme, make sure everything works, and then online store, preferences, remove the password, and we are live. Fantastic. Finally, it gave us marketing tips so that we can bring our first customers, just as we asked for it, and a next step summary. So basically a little checklist that we can cross with the next steps that we need to follow. This is a perfect example of how the aspect method is helping us. Now I want to take it a little step further, and I'm going to say, you can click here, by the way. I'm going to zoom in, so you can see here on the plus, because so far we've only been putting text inputs. If we click here, you can see that we can also add photos and files. And in this case, I'm going to attach the catalog, which I have right here. So this is the catalog that we clicked on before. Let me just show it right here. Okay. This is the file that we just attached here. And I'm going to ask it, could you please provide the specific output I need to generate to list my first product on Shopify. Find attached my catalog. So what you just saw is following from the aspect method that we already gave it. So keep in mind that in this conversation, ChatGPT already has all the instructions, context, and all the 7 key elements that Jordi explained before in our first input. And we're now adding the catalog as well and asking for more instructions. We now want to prepare the product title, description, and everything that we need for our products. So we added our products. It now also has this information added to what we already explained. And here we have it. So Shopify product listing template. Product title, classic Oxford leather shoes. Now, let's go here, and we can see that product number 1 is in fact our classic Oxford leather shoes. As you can see, it read the PDF, it understood it, and is now also adding it into the input that we've added to provide an answer. Description, elegant lace-up shoes crafted from premium Spanish calf leather. It is getting this information, as you can see, also from the information that we gave it right here. Going back to our chat, these are the features, care instructions, very interesting. Since it detected the material that we've added, it's decided to add this. This is a very smart thing to do if you own a Shopify store and you sell any products. Media, upload 3 to 5 clear photos. I didn't have them in the catalog, as you can see, so it's asking me to add them myself. And here we have all the pricing information here as well. It also reminds you that you need to set up your taxes. Is this price with or without tax? In Europe, you need to be selling with tax, so it's letting you know here. Perfect for beginners as well. And it also tells us to track inventory. So here we have a completely different example of how we could digitize a business using the aspect method. As you can see, this prompting technique is perfect for any case use that you need on ChatGPT. Okay, so now that we've seen this, you may be thinking two things. Number one, Daniel, this sounds great, but I don't have time to learn this. And I would actually say that if you are a busy person who spends a lot of time with their job or with their professional career in general, you are precisely the person that needs to learn and apply this today. How much time have we saved doing this? Imagine you want to start your Shopify store from scratch. You need to go to YouTube, watch a 5-hour tutorial, you'd find 10. You wouldn't know which creator you should listen to, which one's going to be best for your business. Here, in just 5 to 10 minutes, we generated all the instructions that we need to follow. Again, you saw it literally provided the product page description that I need, the titles, the pricing, tips, absolutely everything. If you are a busy person, nothing is going to save you more time than mastering AI. Go back to the vlog. How long would it take you to write a 1,000-page blog article like the one we wrote with all of that technical information? It would take you hours. In this case, we did it in seconds or just a few minutes if we want to really write a proper prompt. If you're a busy person or have little time, this is exactly where you need to be investing your time. Next, you may be thinking, Daniel, I see this, but it looks very easy when you do it, but hey, I might struggle. I don't know if I've done this before. I don't know if I could do this. This is not technical. Here, we're just using basic English words to create our answers. We've used a proven structure that Jordi explained perfectly and that you have in the slides, you have in this video, and you can watch as many times as you need, and you can replicate it yourself. Look at the two different examples that we used. One had nothing to do with the other. One is a travel vlog, another one is an e-commerce site, and we could literally do this for anything. Following this exact methodology and just using English, not a line of code or any language that you speak. If you're more comfortable in any other language, you could do the exact same thing in your mother tongue, no problem, and you're gonna get quality results. So please, I want you to go ahead right now and start trying the aspect method.
So now you have already understood how to communicate properly with AI, with the aspect method. It's one of the techniques that we teach in our academy. But I want you to learn how to communicate with another concept called AI agents. You might already heard about it or not, but it's a really simple term. GPT agents. These GPT agents are inside ChatGPT. So what is an agent? An agent, you have to think of it like it was a plumber, a plumber with a tool set, and this plumber can use different kind of tools for different kind of situations. So we have an AI model, a generic AI model that might be ChatGPT, might be Gemini, Grok, Claude, I don't care. Okay? A generic AI model. With this model, what we are gonna do, and you will learn it in the second class tomorrow, in the first 10 minutes, how to create from zero, from scratch. Right now, I want you, or we will see how to use it in a quick demo. But we have this AI model, generic AI model. We'll give it some kind of files, instructions, and this model, this agent, will learn these files, these instructions, and will always remember this knowledge, this know-how. You don't have to prompt every single time you want to use it. This model, this agent, will remember always these files, these instructions. And moreover, you can give it or give some kind of tools to this agent. For example, it can code, it can search on the website, on the internet, it can see, so it have some kind of visual capabilities. It also can kind of connect to some APIs. This concept of APIs, we'll touch it on the third class. So right now, it doesn't matter, but you can again think of a plumber. We have a plumber with a specific know-how. It can use some kind of tools for different situations. It has this kind of know-how, and then you have this AI agent. So if we want right now to create some kind of social media post for Instagram, for LinkedIn, for whatever social network, we should, we should kind of do a method, an aspect prompt to prompt it to ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, I don't care. If I go to my computer, I will show you how to use an agent specialized in order to create a social media post. Come with me. Okay, here you can see the GPT's store. You can have access to the GPTs, either you have the free plan or the Plus Pro plan, I don't care. With the free plan, you can also use GPTs. Tomorrow, in the first minutes, you will see how to create one from scratch. Right now, go here in the left side, in the left sidebar, you have GPTs, Explore, and then you have this section called Explore GPTs. In this Explore GPTs, you have different kind of sections, writing, productivity, research, and analysis, but you can also search yourself. For example, we'll search for social media, a social media agent, and for example, this one, social media expert. Okay, we'll put start chatting with this agent, and here you can change, for example, the model. We'll choose the Auto GPT-5. Don't worry, this will be taught in the first weeks of the Centella Pro. Don't worry right now. And for example, we'll see create for Instagram and LinkedIn. Let me do some kind of zoom. Instagram and LinkedIn posts for my tourism agency. Traveling. Danny, you are traveling to Indonesia?
Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia. Okay, so generic prompt, but I'm not prompting a generic AI model. I'm prompting an agent, AI model, specialized to creating social media posts with some kind of know-how, some kind of files, instructions that you will learn how to create it, how to pour it into AI tomorrow. And here you have it, okay? Perfect, let's hear something captivating. Before I tell her the tone and visuals, could you tell me about your agency brand voice, target audience, and the visuals? Okay, so for example, let's say modern voice, audience, for example, audience between 40 and 60 years old, Europe, and for example, generic focus on destinations, okay? And let's see what it does. Again, generic prompt. I'm not using the aspect method, but it doesn't matter because I have created once this AI agent, this GPT, this custom GPT, and as you see here, this post one with these emojis. For example, post one, the essence of Southeast Asia, the theme, image idea. You can see that this GPT can propose me some kind of visual idea, but you will see how tomorrow we can have an agent that can also create some kind of visual, some kind of images. Instagram caption, LinkedIn caption, and the hashtags post 2, for example, post 3, and post 4. And I could say, give it to me in a table format for a week of posting, for example. So this post can be given to me in a way, for example, here is thinking. It's a really, really interesting thing. As you can see right now, this model is thinking. So we have two kinds of models. One kind of AI model that it's called conversational model, that it's an instant model. Once you prompt, it will give an instant response. And then you have some kind of, thinking models that you have it. When you prompt it, it will kind of think. It will kind of reason the answer. So as I told, give it to me in a table format for a week of posting, what it has done, it's creating an image, it's creating a table, and you will see how step by step, pixel by pixel, it will give us this image. Sweet. As you can see here, we have in a table format with the date, time, platform, post title, caption, hashtags, image prompt. If you want to create an image, you can use some kind of AI in order to create images or videos. You will see it tomorrow in the second class. And here you can see this week of posting with different posts. For example, in the platforms you have Instagram, LinkedIn. For example, 2 different platforms, 2 different kind of ways in order to publish in each of them. So here we have the post title, the captions, pretty neat. Right. So I want to stand up again in order to just, go to the end of this class. But we have we have different gifts for you, different surprises. But before, let me stand up. We have seen GPTs, but you might think, but is there real money in this? On day 4, we will show you 3 monetization paths. Internal efficiency wins keep the margin, packaged services, or productized offers, templates and training. Because you can earn more. According to PricewaterhouseCoopers, workers who have AI skills earn a 56% more. Or you could start selling these AI automations, agents, without having to code. And now, this is what I want you to think. You could sell these AI automations to businesses or to people who do not want to implement AI. But you are here and you are learning it. So we have a surprise for you and Daniel right now. I would like to show them the power of AI and how to, 2 really different ways to implement it, automations and AI agents, but with voice.
Fantastic. So thank you, Jordi, for that. Yes, so in day number 3, we're going to go really into depth of this, but we did want to give you a little surprise, show you a little something of what's coming. So we're going to do 2 quick automations related to AI. Again, today we're just going to show you the result. And on day 3, so class number 3, we're going to show you how this is done so that you yourself can create this. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to schedule a consultation with a dentist using AI. So in this case, I'm going to call a phone number that we've set up, and an AI agent is going to answer that call. It's not going to be a person, it is going to be an AI agent. And this AI agent is going to help us schedule the call and make sure we get it. Before we do the call, I want to show you my calendar, which you can see right now on the screen, and you can see that it is empty. Today, tomorrow, I cleared the whole thing. And you will see that once I book it, it's going to show the appointment. So just going to get my phone out and I'm going to call the number. Let's put it on speaker and let's listen.
Hello, I'm Jess. Clinic. How can I assist you today?
Hi, I was calling because I would like to book an appointment for teeth cleaning, please.
Of course. I'd be happy to help you book a cleaning appointment. But first, may I have your name, please?
Sure, my name is Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. It's great to meet you. Could you please provide me with your last name as well?
Sure, my last name is Garcia.
Thank you, Daniel Garcia. Now, let's find a suitable date and time for your cleaning appointment. What day and time would you prefer?
Would you be free tomorrow, Tuesday at 5 p.m.?
Just a sec. Perfecto, Daniel. Your appointment has been successfully reserved for tomorrow, Tuesday at 5 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Sonri Clinic. Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
That's all. Thank you very much. So, as you can see, and now in my calendar at exactly 5 p.m., we have Daniel Garcia, and here is the clinic appointment. So this was all AI without a single person having to interact with me to book me in and check everything. Now, I want to show you another example. In this case, we're going to be doing a different kind of automation. We're going to go to my screen right now. Okay, now we're going to be looking at a completely different example of an automation. So right now in my screen, you can see make.com. So we're not going to go too much into the tool because remember that day 3 of our classes, so class number 3, is going to be the class that shows you all about automations. Today I'm just going to be showing you how this happens, but I'm not going to exactly show you how everything is set up. We will look at this again in class number 3. So in this case, we've created an automation that's going to help us go through CVs for a job opportunity, analyze the candidates, give them a score from 1 to 5, being 5 a perfect match for the job, being 1 a terrible match for the job, and then also help us automate questions that are specific to the role in question and to the profile that we're analyzing. So I don't want to get too technical, but I've basically connected this to my Google Drive where I'm going to be uploading the CVs, then the job offer. In this case, we're looking for a chief marketing officer. We've inputted this ourselves with text. We could write whatever we wanted here. Then we're going to connect it to ChatGPT to analyze the CV, rank it, and give us a document with an analysis, the questions, and the score. So here we have a folder that I've created, HR automation, right? We have CVs, which is blank. We're going to upload them now. And we have final document, which is where the output, the final document that the automation does for us, is going to appear. So let's go to CVs, and we're quickly going to upload 2 CVs that we've prepared. So we're just uploading onto the drive here. So you can see we have Ben and we have Thomas. So if we go to Ben's CV, which we have right here, we can see that he is an engineer, okay? And if we go to Thomas's profile, we can see that he is a marketing manager. So we've uploaded these to our files. So now we're going to go here and we're just going to run the automation. We're going to hit run. And as you can see here, it looked at the CVs. It's now downloading them. And we can see that as we go step by step, the automation is going to, there we go. This step happened, then this one. Now we're currently at this one. And everything is happening without us having to do anything. So we've only uploaded 2 CVs, but we could be doing this with 10, 100, or as many as we wanted to. Okay, we're going to give it a bit of time while it is working and analyzing the different answers. While this is working, again, think of how much time we are saving here. If we had to read all of these CVs, even if it's just 2, look at the weak points, the main points, see if it matches the job description, it would take hours. Here, the automation is working, and we've seen that it's basically, I don't have time to finish the explanation. So we're going to go back to our folder, and we're going to go to final document, in this case. We're going to quickly refresh. Okay, and we can see that Ben's document is ready. We're still preparing the other document, but meanwhile, let's open Ben's. So as you can see, here is a summary. So first of all, it says that Ben has a strong technical background with a focus on engineering, but lacks direct marketing experience. Makes perfect sense. He is not a marketing major or has any experience in it. His skills include, and gives us all the skills. However, there is no evidence experience in marketing strategy. Again, very good analysis, and this makes sense. We're going to skip a bit. But he says the CV is rated 2 out of 5 in terms of direct relevance to the position. How helpful is this? Imagine I am an HR specialist. I have to interview 100 people. Having them ranked from 1 to 5 is going to help me prioritize and see which profiles are probably going to be of more interest to me. Next is going to make specific interview questions for the job application. For example, given your extensive experience in engineering and project management, how do you envision leveraging these skills as a marketing role at Centella? Again, great question. Why are you, as a tech or engineering background, applying to a marketing role in our company? Makes perfect sense to start with this. Again, all of this was generated by AI. Here, while we were reading Ben's, we have Thomas's document ready, so we're going to open it, and it can say that the overall score is 4 out of 5. Makes sense, it is a marketing profile. Thomas Smith presents a strong candidate for the CMO position with a solid background in marketing and management across multiple organizations. His experience is particularly robust in strategic planning, digital marketing, and leadership. Perfect. He also speaks many languages. Fantastic. Interview questions for Thomas. Can you describe a time when you successfully developed and implemented a marketing strategy that significantly increased brand visibility and growth? You see the difference in questions for engineering major versus a marketing. AI did this all automatically for us. So now I want you to think, again, we're going to go more into all of this on day 3 of our classes, but I want you to think from multiple perspectives. Let's go back to the phone call we did. As a customer, how valuable is it to you that you can have an AI agent that is available 24 hours a day to book your appointment? Imagine you'd called and there was a secretary that was maybe busy on the phone with someone else or taking a lunch break, a coffee break, and because of that, you cannot get your appointment. Imagine you are the business owner who knows that they have someone 24/7 at basically very little cost taking these calls for you. How much is going to help the business? And now think as a possible AI expert and entrepreneur that you can become by following the 4 sessions that we have here in AI 3 and 4. How many businesses can you pitch creating an agent that does this for them, that answers calls and books appointments? Or automations like this. Again, we did it with 2 CVs, but we could have done it with 100. How many tedious tasks can you automate for businesses? How helpful is this to the business hiring? How helpful is this to the people that are applying to the job? And how helpful can it be to you who can start offering and monetizing services like this to different companies?
This is prompt engineering. It's not about knowing technology, it's about knowing how to communicate with technology. So today I encourage you to practice. Open ChatGPT and write your first prompts applying the aspect method. Try with something simple but in your daily routine. An email, a post, a business idea. And you will see the result improve from the very first try. And tomorrow we will take the next leap. Today you'll learn how to speak to AI. Tomorrow you will learn how to build your own personalized AI, these AI agents, your own agent that works with you, that understands what you do and can do it for you. Agents that never rest, that are connected to the internet, that can execute tasks or manage your networks. Also, we'll teach you how to communicate with text, image, video, and audio, so you'll master generative AI like a pro. We'll review the new trends and business models that are emerging in 2025 and will solidify in 2026 with zero code. So mark this, the new language of programming is English or your language, and you are here to master it. And remember, tomorrow, Tuesday at 9 a.m. UK time, Class 2 will already be available. So we recommend you practice everything you need to master prompts today so you can keep building your professional future with artificial intelligence. And I'm sure right now you are telling yourself one of the following phrases, no? I don't have time, Jordi, I'm not a technical person, I'm not a techie, this is just a trend. My sector might be different, it's different, but is there really money in this? It won't work out for me because I'm different, I'm older for this. Let's dismantle them one by one with facts. The first one and most common, I don't have time. I don't have time to apply, to learn all of this. And we understand. I understand that you have family, friends, and no life. And that's precisely why you need AI. Today you've seen that by changing just the input, the prompt, you go from a mediocre text to a full CEO article in seconds. And you've seen an example of scheduling a medical appointment by voice by automating in Google Calendar, no manual work. If something gives you back hours every week, this is it, is this technology. In office tasks, AI can scan a PDF of multiple resumes, analyze them, and generate a personalized interview questions in Google Docs automatically. In seconds, you do not need to code, you do not need to be a tech person. And another frequent one is, I'm not technical, I wasn't raised with a smartphone in my pocket. Perfect. You do not need to be. We are in the era of democratization. The new programming language is natural language. It's communication. It's English, Italian, Spanish, your natural language. Everything you've seen so far was done without code. ChatGPT, agents, simple automations with Make or Google tools. We haven't coded anything. Plus, a teaser for tomorrow. You'll see how to build your own agent without coding. You train it with your documents, and it works like you.
And for those of you who may be saying, this is a fad, the data just doesn't prove it at all. An OpenAI study showed that 80% of jobs will be affected by AI. By 2030, a shift of millions of jobs. Robin Lee from Baidu, in 10 years, 1 in 2 jobs will be AI related. So no, this is not a fad. It is a change of era. And as we dive deeper in the coming classes, you'll see that this is applicable to any sector, whether it's education, medicine, law, marketing, architecture, finance, I don't care. It is applicable to your sector. If there's text, data, processes, AI is there to help you. And if you think it won't work out for me for any reason, don't worry. That's why we're teaching you a methodology, not a hack. For example, the aspect method. If you follow the specific steps, you can get professional results from day one. So it is not about time, it is not about technical skills or luck. It is about knowing how to ask AI for what you need. And that precisely is what you've learned in today's class.
Well, what a first class. Today we've seen a ton of material, but I had to sum it up Here's what I would tell you. You've understood what artificial intelligence really is. You've seen that it's not something totally new, that it's inspired by how our brain works. And above all, you've learned that AI communicates with us through language, natural language. Exactly. The language is the problem, and today you've learned how to write it well, because the new programming language, is your own language. You've also discovered the aspect methodology, and you've seen that when you talk to AI with clarity, precision, and context, the results change completely. And best of all, you don't need to be a technician or a programmer. You only need to learn how to communicate with AI in the right way. So before we close today, we want to leave you with a small challenge. Your task for today: open ChatGPT, open it, it's free, and write these 3 prompts, applying the aspect methodology. It doesn't matter if you are for work, for personal project, or just for practice. What matters is you begin today. Because when you try it, you will see how everything that seemed complicated starts making sense. And now, we have a very special surprise for you. We want to reward you for staying until the end. So as a gift, we are giving you 5 ready-to-use prompts so you can practice starting from today. So Danny, do you want to explain how can they just get these prompts?
Sure, Jordi. So we have prepared 5 prompts crafted following the aspect technique so you can start applying testing, playing, and improving your results today. To get them, it's very simple. You need to go to the Instagram pages that you see listed right now on the screen. You're gonna have Centella's Instagram, Jordi's Instagram, and mine. And all you have to do is follow us and go to our latest post and commenting, "I am mastering AI with Centella." By doing so, you will receive these free resources with 5 prompts using the aspect method that you can start implementing today. Finally, we also recommend that you share this post on your stories so that more people just like you can access this class and get this free resource so they can also start learning. At the end of the day, it's all about community. The more people join us and come on this journey with us, the easier it's going to be and the better it's going to be for all of us. You also help us a ton by helping us spread our message and help us reach many more people that we can share our knowledge with.
And now, yes, it's time to look forward to tomorrow, because if today you learn how to speak to AI, tomorrow you will learn how to build your own AI. You'll learn about agents, intelligence that work with you, understand what you do, and can do it for you. Learn to communicate with text, image, video, and audio models. Master generative AI like a pro. We explore trends and business models emerging in 2025 and consolidating in 2026, and how to create your own intelligent avatars with 0 code. So here's what you need to remember. The new programming language is communication. It's a natural language. You are here to master it. Don't miss tomorrow, Tuesday at 9 a.m. UK time, Class 2's release. Be ready. You will move from speaking to AI to having AI work for you. We are excited to show you what's next. So prepare. Practice your prompts. Practice your first prompts. Tomorrow we will start building your personal AI ecosystem. Your ecosystem of agents. Until then, rest, refresh, and get ready for tomorrow. See you in next class.